Contagion issue 3 sees the McCarthy Medical Institute become covered in the fungus growing out of Ruby from Yancey Street. Danny, Ben and Sparrow meanwhile fight Urchin as Reed calls out to Ben, telling his friend that the villain isn't using his powers, he's actually inside the villain, along with hundreds of others. Ben doesn't believe him, smashing the villain as Urchin blasts him away with one of Johnny's heat blasts. Ben punches the Urchin hard enough to kill the villain however, and Danny says that the voices were a trick, but Ben wonders if the Urchin takes more than just powers and his family are really inside him. Danny asks Sparrow to confirm if it's possible, but she doesn't know, but she does know that the villain is indeed dead. Ben has the realization that with killing Urchin, all of the infected have ceased to move, making him think that he didn't just kill the villain, but everyone the Urchin took. Ben contacts the Avengers, telling them that the Urchin is dead, but he got Doctor Strange and Luke, along with the rest of the Fantastic Four. Sparrow says that the fungus doesn't seem to be dying, but the threat of violence went with the Urchin, so the fungus is merely spreading and not harming anyone. Iron Man says that he's going to head to New York to get samples, telling Ben to meet him at the Sanctum Sanctorum. At Luke's apartment, Jessica lashes out at Danny for dragging Luke into this. He says that he is sorry as Jessica hugs him, wanting to know where Luke is. Danny says it's not safe for Jessica to go out, but she isn't taking no for an answer. But Danny continues to refuse to say since he can't have Jessica's daughter near Luke. Danny wants to go to see someone who could help them, so Sparrow offers to take Jessica to see Luke. Jessica demands that Danny stay and look after her daughter, and if anything happens to her, Jessica will break Danny so badly that there isn't enough chi in this world or the next that will fix him. At the Sanctum, Tony arrives and looks over the infected, telling Ben that he isn't to blame for this since there is no way he could have known. He tells him that they all know the danger of suiting up and every time could be their last, and no one understands it better than the Fantastic Four. Ben says that they were gone for so long, but he might have lost them for good now. Tony reassures him that he hasn't yet, since the fungus hasn't taken control of them completely and it's preserving them. Same with the Urchin, whom Ben didn't kill, since the fungus had actually hollowed him out for a food source by the time Ben had hit him. The Urchin had been infected for a week before that happened, so they have 6 days to solve this problem before the Fantastic Four actually die. At the hospital, the infected girl awakens, walking the halls as Iron Fist takes Danny to see the League of International Magic Practitioners in the back of an old pawn shop. Iron Fist tells them that he doesn't have much time as Sparrow and Jessica beat up one of the tracksuit Draculas who are trying to steal things from the infected people. After scaring them away, Jessica tends to Luke, but is told not to touch him by Sparrow since she will become infected. Jessica wonders how they can help him, and the arriving Elektra says her and her team will find a way. On 42nd Street, Iron Fist and the magicians lay down a magical protection barrier to keep the fungus contained as Iron Man leaves the Sanctum, seeing the magical shield go up as he too becomes infected without knowing. Jessica tells Elektra it's too late as Moon Knight arrives, insulted he didn't get asked to join the bargain bin Avengers team. Jessica again says it's useless unless he's carrying some gadget that can help treat the infected, and there is no one left to punch. Mark says that if that were the case, then who is the giant infected monster causing havoc at Penn Station? Contagion issue 3 takes an interesting turn as the main threat is seemingly dealt with, but instead of fixing everything, new problems arise from that, and the heroes now have a countdown until they lose their friends forever. I've been really enjoying that while there is a lot of action, the book is also doing like a mystery sort of investigation type thing with the heroes trying to figure out what the fungus is exactly and how they can combat it without resorting to punching it. It's different compared to other viral outbreak zombie-like stories, which is all action, all death, all gore. The ending has me really excited for the final 2 issues and just how the heroes can keep this threat contained to a couple of streets in New York. I'm going to give this issue an 8 out of 10.